listening to 19.2 Roaring Radio, the only radio with the best music and most relevant topics.
That's right, Maurice, and that's why today we're going to talk about the best music style of the times, jazz.
Woo! I love jazz music. Did you know that this style originated in New Orleans?
Tell me more about it.
Oh, I'm happy to. Now, I have to admit, I was very skeptical at first. I mean, come on now. A bunch of black folks thinking they can do music sounded like a bunch of horse feathers to me. But you really cannot resist it. I mean, it starts playing and it's like something takes over your whole entire body.
Oh wow, what about this Duke Ellington guy? What do you think of him? They say he influenced this whole thing greatly.
Oh boy, where do I begin? Did you know that he originally wanted to become a painter, but in his early teenage years, he became interested in music and learned James P. Johnson's Carolina Shout from a piano roll?
Oh, is that how his career got started?
Yeah, pretty much. Since then, he became part of a small jazz band in Washington. Ironically, they called themselves the Washingtonians. In 1924, he officially became the leader of the band, and in 1927, the Washingtonians were hired to play regularly at the Cotton Club. I suspect that in the next decades, there won't be a soul who doesn't know who the Washingtonians are.
Wow, he really worked his way up.
That he did indeed. He wasn't a flat tire, that's for sure. I hear the band is going to even make it to the White House in the next couple of years. They're definitely the bee's knees.
Man, I can't wait to see what happened to them next.
Yeah, and they weren't the only ones. There was another great man named Louis Armstrong. He, on the other hand, didn't have a very good start. On New Year's Eve of 1912, he got arrested and sent to the Colored Waifs' Home for Boys.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah, but at least some good came out of it. At Colored Waifs' Home, he learned how to properly play the cornet and eventually became the leader of the Waifs' Home Brass Band. He was later released from the home in 1914 and had his heart made up on being a musician. He was mentored by the city's top cornetist, Joe King Oliver, and became one of the most in-demand cornetists in town.
How successful! This is one impressive man.
Undoubtedly. Next up, let's talk about all of these fads and trends that are popping up out of nowhere.
Yeah, all of these dance marathons are popping out of nowhere. What is going on with that?
Oh yeah, they're everywhere right now. The other day, I was watching a couple and they kept going for 5 hours. I left and they still weren't done. People said they lasted for 36 hours. I guess people love the Charleston that much.
Absolutely, and what about my new skirt? Do you like it?
I sure do. You must tell me where you got it from. My wardrobe is just not up to date anymore, and I need to see what I'm going to do with all of my old skirts. Anyways, did you do today's crossword puzzle? I need 5 down.
Oh yes, it's my young.
Would you look at that? Also one of the fads going around lately. They say it originated in China. I'm supposed to go over to a few friends today, and they said they teach me how to play it. Maybe I could teach you later, Hannah.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, you've got yourself a deal. I must say though, one fad going around lately that I just do not understand is flagpole sitting.
I know, right? What's that about? It sounds really painful to me.
You are absolutely right about that. Trust me, I'm talking from experience. I did not even understand the concept of why I was doing it to begin with, but I was never one to refuse a challenge. Although after that one, maybe I'll start refusing more.
You probably should. I think your legs will thank you.
Probably. Anyways, this is 19.2 Roaring Radio, everybody. We'll be back right after this message.
Tired of the same boring breakfast?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do your children want to taste something different?
Sometimes.
Well, I have the solution. New electric toaster with a feminine appeal, earring-like handles, diamond-shaped body, and a floral and arabesque decoration. The complete independence of the hostess in preparing meals directly at the disposition of your table.
That sounds like a bee's knees.
Oh, it is.
Wow, I would bump off to get it.
Look at you, you can go and buy one right now on the main drive of New Orleans for only $7.99.
But what if I don't have all the money?
You don't have to, just get an installment payment.
Great! This bread is delicious.
Sweetheart, toaster.
Wow, now I have to get an electric toaster. It'll go great with my new vacuum cleaner and refrigerator. So many new products I just have to buy.
Definitely, these new household appliances are everywhere right now. Thank you, electricity.
Welcome back, everyone. We're at the Rose Club and the Champagne Bar. Hannah and I are here today with Josephine Baker. Would you take a look at this doll? Not only an actress, singer, and performer, but a devoted civil rights activist.
Good day to you too, Maurice, Hannah, and welcome all.
My goodness, how do you manage to do it all? I'm sure you're a busy lady and can only do so much.
Well, you see, Maurice, a woman can do anything. A man could. It's also simple. A woman like I devotes our life to what we love and believe in.
Remarkable. So, how do you believe you brought change to the world?
How I know I have brought changes with my effort in my beliefs and work. I symbolize Black beauty and vitality to the eyes of the world.
So, Mrs. Baker, tell us more about yourself. Where do you come from and how did all of this start?
I'm Josephine Baker, an American born in the adopted country, France. Was born in St. Louis, Missouri. It all started when I went to the most popular music hall entertainers in France. I caught the attention of many people with my sensational dance, creating my G-string and ornamented bananas I began to perform, making it my career.
That's fantastic, a woman of many talents and beauty.
Well, thank you, dear, but you know that's not all I've done. We flappers are women of style, bringing change in people's eyes through our change in style. We show we can do anything and be fearless.
Of course not. We know of all of your accomplishments. We've seen and heard your work from all around. So tell us, what made you fight against fascism and racism?
I am a woman of color. I too have been judged and spoken about of my color. I believe we are all created equal. Why is it that white folks can enter a building, but black folks are hated on? We are all human and have feelings. We come into this world and leave this world the same. Might as well make it equal as a scale.
Words have never been spoken so pure like gold.
As we all know, May 20th is the day named after you, Josephine Baker Day. Who came on about doing this?
I was and still am a civil rights activist, as well as fighting against fascism in Europe and racism in the US. I committed my life for peace to be found.
Very interesting. Glad to know it's a powerful day to celebrate and honor you for everything you've done to bring goodness in people.
Thank you. It's an honor to be honored.
One more word before we end this interview. The Rose Club and Champagne Bar. What made you choose this place? It's astonishing.
The Rose Club and Champagne Bar is where my fellow friends, the jazz artists, play their music. We flappers go and enjoy ourselves.
Well, folks, that's all for today. Thank you for listening to 19.2 Roaring Radio and Mrs. Josephine Baker. Here is Happy Jeebies by Louis Armstrong.
Say, I've got the heebies. I mean the jeebies. Talking about that there's a heebie-jeebie shoe. See, corset boy.